wanted the kids to work independently and do something a little more interactive where they had to associate with one another and create some sort of a project or something to show for their work that was self-guided.
I thought it would be a good way to start with some cooperative learning experience for the kids, and then they could maybe grow from helping each other discover the concept at hand.
We had just talked about each of the philosophers that we were learning about, nothing super exciting or really engaging for the students. And I really wanted them to try something that they could kind of get their hands on them and go a little bit deeper instead of me just talking at them.
There are a lot of work to put together, and the timing, getting your timing for how many minutes in each station, the magical number of students in each station, requires a lot of thought and front-loading of what is expected of the students to do.
Brainstorming some of the things that they needed to know about the philosophers, and then choosing some different strategies and activities that they could do so they would have a variety of activities, different options to learn about each one of them so that they could still be excited and doing new things for each person that they were learning about.
Planning, preparation, and making sure that any activity you're doing the students have already had some exposure to, so that it's not a completely new adventure for them.
It was a lot of work ahead of time, but when they were actually doing it in class, looking around, seeing them all actively doing what they were supposed to do, interacting appropriately with one another, and talking about the people using it in context was a huge victory. Some of the students who would typically give me problems were actually working, and I just sat back and watched them and went, wow, this is beautiful. At one point, the principal came in to see what was going on, and the kids could explain to her exactly what they were doing, what they were supposed to be learning, and how they were getting there. That was huge.
I thought the students showed a lot more engagement. There was a lot more movement, and it kept them focused on what the concept was, because each 15-minute they had a different idea to explore.
So the technology that I used is after the kids read the information, became familiar with their philosopher, they then came up with a slogan or some kind of commercial like saying, sing song, whatever they wanted to do that they practiced as their group, and then they recorded themselves with their tablets saying it and turned that in so that we could pick good ones and watch them, and to help us remember who those philosophers were later on.
Stations I like because I get a variety of things and I don't just have to focus on one thing the whole time. And then the whole class gets to do it, and it's in smaller groups, so you're not working with everyone at the same time.
Would you do stations again?
Definitely.
I would definitely do it again with a different topic.